great fight. I'm telling you, both of the guys are very skillful, very talented.
Absolutely.
And my opinion about what I think they are don't really make the fight.
Right, absolutely.
How them guys fight that night. We both of us know that both of the fighters are great fighters. So, it's just who can actually make the move that's.
Terence Crawford is making it crystal clear he's not just preparing for Canelo Alvarez, he's going all in. Just when we thought training at Mike Tyson's gym was enough,
necessary and get the guy before you get got. And so, that's the art of the game of boxing. It's about how you going to proceed to take it from it, but finding a way how to take it from it. If you just as strong as me, and you just as fast as me, I know I just can't run up there in the counterweight. Can't nobody run up from me back in the counterweight because they going to get it.
Absolutely.
And so, this going to be a technical fight that both these guys can find out what.
Crazy like that before. They just say he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
You posted the other day, there's a picture of you in a Rolls Royce, and you said, the quote is, "I can't remember how many of these I gave away." Tell me about that.
Yes, I don't know. Yes, when we used to have the money, it's when I had one, you're not accustomed to that shit, man.
Big night today.
They never let us down, bro.
It will be a tough one today, huh?
Yeah, I think it'll be tough.
Who are you rooting for?
Everyone wants to know what you're going to do to Jake holding the few minutes.
Crawford has now brought in another legend. Evander Holyfield, the former undisputed heavyweight champion, recently joined Crawford's camp, offering insight, strategy, and his unmatched experience.
Hey, Mike, Canelo Crawford. Crawford's in the building. Canelo fights this weekend. What do you think of that fight?
Where's the fight going to be at?
Well, they say in Vegas, maybe in September, but Canelo's got to get through.
Furthermore, Canelo's flat-footed style can also be a liability against certain opponents, particularly those with quick footwork and the ability to create angles.
I said Crawford too. Yeah. I mean, it's really a pick'em fight. I'm just interested.
Now you keeping your eye on like a Crawford or anybody like that?
I just came from Crawford's last fight.
In LA?
Yes.
You went to it. What'd you think?
I thought that was a tough guy, and that guy gave, I'm glad that he came back the last two rounds. The guy was very awkward and strong.
Super awkward.
Yeah, and this guy fights anybody. Crawford fights anybody. Yeah. I don't agree with that, because you got to look good in order for you. If you fight this guy, you don't look good. The fans say, I don't want. He's not gonna look good at win with this guy. You got to constantly have fights that you know and fight a guy that's gonna make you look good. The guy gotta pressure you or something. You know, this guy's running around. Crawford's not used to this kind of movement and
Weird
stuff.
fit.
Yeah, awkward as a motherfucker.
You think are you ready? You think the world's ready?
You think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo.
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight. You know.
During Holyfield's visit, Crawford mostly listened. That's what you do when greatness speaks. But he did lace up for a short shadowboxing and pad session, letting Holyfield observe up close. Holyfield, who knows what it takes to dominate multiple weight classes, believes Crawford has the skills, but warned it won't be easy.
He had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that would just come straight at him.
We the best boxers in the town. We the best boxers. Stop playing, bro. We got Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Bud Crawford. We the best. Stop playing. Who can beat us? Nobody. Stop playing. We got Mike Tyson right here. We are the best. We the best fighters right here. Stop playing. Yeah.
What's the score?
Canelo did what he had to do to get the victory.
What do you want next? It seems like that's going to be the fight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there. So that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You'll see.
Everyone's talking about the weight differences. What's your kind of response to that, Terence?
That's why we fight the fight. So September 12th, we all going to see if the weight going to make a difference or not.
Do you want to fight him twice and then retire? Is that kind of the ideal thing?
One fight at a time. One fight at a time.
What did you make of, I know you didn't say much on tonight, the effectiveness of William School? He came to go to decision as opposed to win the fight. Would you agree with that?
He was boxing well, and then he just stopped doing what he was doing earlier. I don't know. I can't call it.
Do you think Canelo slipped as a fighter?
No, I don't. I just think that, William was doing a good job neutralizing Canelo power punches. He was just moving a lot.
Do you think that's a style you have to employ in points of the fight?
I don't know, because if you watch the styles that beat him, they didn't move a lot. They moved a little bit, but not.
Canelo is basic, but he's good, he said. You have to beat him before he beats you. Both Tyson and Holyfield have raised concerns about the weight gap, but they also acknowledge Crawford's elite ring IQ, movement, and adaptability.
Along my career, I've been criticized and people have taken credit away from me just to try to diminish my accomplishments just off of pure hate. So what would they be able to say with me going up 2 weight classes? Canelo become undisputed again and I beat Canelo. What could they say? They'll say something, but what
they're gonna find something, you know that.
But what can they really say?
All right.
So that's the legacy fight right there for me. I'm not looking at.
They say no, that's 2 more weight classes. Once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that
say, he's money hungry, he's looking at money and he's trying to cash out and this and that. I've been getting money for years. I've been getting millions for years. And I'm not stupid with my money. As you can see, I don't buy no Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and walk around with 100 people around me and I got all this jewelry that I bought.
Opponents that make a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that pans.
Mike Tyson, who initially dismissed the matchup, has now changed tune, citing fighters like Henry Armstrong as proof that size doesn't always win. Crawford isn't just stepping up in weight, he's chasing legacy, and with the fight now officially set for September 12th in Las Vegas,
that a fight between Terence and Canelo would be really interesting.
Crawford going up to 168 to face Canelo.
I think that Canelo is not who he was 3-4 years ago. Really wouldn't say he's declining, definitely not fast, but I mean his career is definitely not doing this. And it hasn't done this in 2 or 3 years. So obviously it ain't a fast decline, but Canelo's certainly just not who he used to be. Terence Crawford, you imagine he's probably training at 160, which means his body's not foreign to being as high as 165.
Well, maybe it was the weight or whatever the case is. What do you think about that? Like talking about the weight at 154?
Well, I wouldn't worry about that. I felt stronger than him. You know, I felt that I punched harder than him. I felt as if I hurt him many of times in the fight.
Yeah.
But I just felt like, you know, he came prepared and he was ready and he fought a good fight.
Yeah.
He was awkward. He was patient. He was.
I told you I'm a fight doctor. The new and improved fight doctor.
Right, you nailed it. You said Crawford would wash Spence.
It happened.
It was a decapitation.
Yes, it was. But you know what? Terence Crawford is a incredible fighter. And it would be hard to beat him. Anybody at 154 or he was 60 or he was 68. But the Mexican monster, he crazy. David Benavidez, they're fighter. I don't see nobody beating him at light heavyweight.
With Crawford's recent win, he's been asking for Canelo.
Easy win.
He'll beat Canelo.
Easy win.
Masterclass?
Same thing.
You think he could potentially just...
Same thing.
Same ending?
Same thing. Trust.
the world will witness a battle between two undisputed champions. Will Crawford's speed and precision outmatch Canelo's power and experience? One thing is certain, this fight is about more than belts. It's about greatness. Subscribe for more boxing breakdowns and exclusive fight previews.